Hello Hulacorn hoopers and new hoopers who may have found this tutorial on YouTube and have not come across my Facebook page just yet. Welcome to Hulacorn Hoops and our mobile hoop class. This is mobile hoop class number 4. In the first couple of weeks we have worked through moving with your hoop, moving with your HDPE hoop, as well as moving with your Polypro. In the last week's class we covered a couple of more on-body basics to kind of prep you for moving more into tricks and moving more into flowing with your hoop and getting your hoop with this tutorial off your body. There are quite a few ways of getting the hoop off of your body. I'm not going to focus on all of them today. I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit short, so I will break them down. It is also a little bit easier to learn in chunks. So for today's class we're going to do the front lift as well as the vortex lift. Both of which would have required some practicing in finding spaces and basically finding the space between yourself and your hoop, and how quick you have to move to be able to get your arm in or out, or to get your hoop on or off, or whatever it is that you want to do with your hoop next. Finding spaces is very important, so I do hope that you're able to practice that. If not, that's okay. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Before I start, so I am using a size 38 HDPE hoop. It is nice because it's a little bit slower, so I can go a little bit slower and show you the hand placements and hopefully not knock anything down. It is a little bit bigger than my usual hoop, but it's still so much fun to play with. So let's get crack-a-lacking. So first I'll show you the front lift, what it looks like, and then I'll break it down for you and show you where your hand placements are and tips and tricks. So when it comes to lifting a hoop off of your body, it is, well, with anything, it's actually easier to be moving with your hoop. So if you're going around in a circle, it's a little bit easier. So with the front lift, what you want to do, let me first show you. So that's basically the front lift. And bringing it back down. Okay. So what you want to do is you feel the hoop go around your body, around the front of your body. The minute you feel the hoop going around the back of your body is when you need to watch for the space that's going to come in front of you, which luckily this one's quite big, so it's quite easy. And then you want to take your hand, whichever it is, whether you're right-handed, left-handed. I am hooping with my right hand, so that means I'm going towards my right, and my right hand is dominant when I'm doing my tricks. So when it's touching your body, still touching your back, you want to get your arm inside and lift the hoop with that hand placement. I can't really see it on the camera. So you're not grabbing the hoop like that. Well, I don't anyway. I find this a little bit easier. You want to separate your thumb and your pinky, keep them on the same side, and your 3 fingers go on the other side, and you lift it like that. It is also easier and allows you to be able to grip the hoop and lift it up into a swing. So let's try that again. So feeling the hoop on your back, you wait for the space, and then you lift it up. It's always a bit of a tricky one what to do with this arm that doesn't know what to do with itself. So the best advice I can give, not to hurt it, is to keep it as close to your body as possible when you are doing the lift. There's not much you can really do with it unless you want to do some kind of fancy trick. That is entirely up to you. That's the trouble with a big hoop on the inside, but unfortunately the wind is blowing a little bit outside, so there's no outside hoop tutorials today. So that is the front lift. One more time. And bring it up. Now, how I am bringing it down is, you might notice that when the hoop is up in a, the name of this just slipped right out of my mind, a lasso. When you're bringing it up in a lasso, you want to keep your thumb, I'll try and see it in the video and keep my hoop up. You want to keep your thumb out so that you have a little bit of a ledge for your hoop to sit on, basically. And as soon as it's coming around, I'm going to move with it so that it's a bit slower. It literally just rests on the inside of your thumb. And then you bring it down onto your body. So that is the front lift, which is relatively easy once you get the hang of it. It is a case of finding the spaces and not hitting your windows. So the next one that I want to try with you is the Vortex lift, which is a little bit more complicated and does take a little bit more practice. So I'll show you what it looks like and then just practice, practice, practice. I'll break it down for you. Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't get it right at first, and if it takes a lot of practice. I have hit myself black and blue in the face with with all my tricks, actually, not just the Vortex, but specifically the Vortex, because I'm one of those very tenacious people that will get it wrong, get it wrong, get it wrong until I get it right, no matter how many times I need to hit myself in the face. So hopefully you don't have the same experience. So again, I'll show you what it looks like and then I will break it down for you. Also, much easier if you're moving in the direction with your hoop. That's why it's so important to practice moving with your hoop. Moving in a big circle, moving in a small circle, moving on the spot in a circle. As long as you get the flow of your hoop right, it makes it a lot easier to get these tricks down. So, also disclaimer, hooping to the right, so I'm using my left hand, which is not my dominant hand at all, to lift the hoop. It is also best to try both sides, practice on both sides. For some reason, very strangely, I can lift it off beautifully with my left hand, but my right hand, which is my dominant hand, no, it doesn't want to. So let's just move with the hoop. And that is what a Vortex looks like. It's lifting it up from the back and putting it back on. Just see if we can get some more space between me and the curtains or the window. Okay, so one more time. Moving with your hoop. And I'll show you from the back. And that's a Vortex up. So, breaking it down, what you want to do is, for the first bit, for practicing, keep your hand in the small of your back, like that, so that you can feel exactly when the hoop is busy touching your hand. I don't know if you can hear me in the video, not facing you. You want to keep your hand in the small of your back and just feel your hoop move over your hand a few times so that you get used to the feeling of how quickly it moves over your hand, how much time you have, and how quickly you need to lift the hoop, basically. If you do that for a little bit, you'll get used to that feeling, so it'll be a lot quicker to be able to lift the hoop. Just trying to get the momentum, okay? So the key is when you're lifting it up, to bring this arm as close to your body as possible and lift it up, almost as if you're wiping the side of your body and up again. So I'm going to show you that again. One more time. Okay, so what I am doing there, once the hoop reaches your back, you want to grip your hoop, it's a bit big, and swing it up. Again, you keep your thumb up, you keep your hand down, your fingers pointed down, and when you feel the hoop, you lift it up. And that's a Vortex. The easiest way to learn it is to try and keep your arm as close to your body as possible, because if your arm is going out there, chances are you're going to hit your arm. Okay, this is a nice big hoop, so I won't hit my arm, but chances are you're going to hit your arm, you're going to hit your body, you're probably going to hit your face. So keep your hand as close to your body as possible. Let's try it without a hoop. So your hand placement is like that. The minute that you feel the hoop, you want to bring it up like that. And the hoop will be in your hand already, obviously, if I'm not doing it with the hoop. So it's a smearing motion to get it up. And then to get it back down again, so I'll show you one more time from the front. And then to get it back down, because you're going in the same direction anyway, you literally just put your hand up and allow the hoop to roll across your hand and off onto your body. I know that sounds a lot simpler than probably what it looks, but it really is super, super easy. So it's just going to motion like that. Stick your hand up and give it a gentle push onto your body. And that's getting the hoop off of your body. There are so many more which I will cover, not all in one tutorial though. So give those to a practice, give it a go, see how it goes. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you want some more detail on how to do it. If I do need to if I do need to learn how to slow the video down, I will. And then yeah, hopefully I will see you next week for our class number 5. Not quite scheduled yet, so if you have anything that you'd like to cover in that class, let me know and I will create a tutorial for you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing day and have had an amazing week so far and have an even more amazing weekend. Thank you all so much for joining.